The Cold Within. It is written by James Patrick Kinley. 6 humans trapped by happenstance in bleak and bitter cold. Each one possessed a stick of wood, or so the story is told. The poet is using the word happenstance to mention that the situation was arranged. It was just accidental. That is why the poet has used the word happenstance, and even that is arranged. The 6 persons were thus in a situation from which there was no escape. They were sitting near the fire, which was fast dying. Each of them had a stick of wood. This is how the story is told. We later realize that the stick in each hand is a symbol of sin. Their dying fire is made of logs, but the first one held us back. Full of the faces round the fire, she noticed one was black. The fire, which was dying, needed to be fed with log of woods. The first, who was a woman, was not ready to renounce a stick of wood to keep the fire burning because she had noticed that one of them was a black. She did not want to save the black, thus she acted out of her racial prejudice. The next man, looking across the way, saw one not of his church, and could not bring himself to give the fire a stick of birch. The next person in the group was a man who could not persuade himself to give up a stick of wood to help a person of another religion. He suffered from intolerance. The third one sat in tattered clothes. He gave his coat a itch. Why should his log be put to use to warm the ideal village? The third man was a poor man. He was in tattered clothes. He was full of bitterness and envy for the rich. He gave his coat a edge, which is suggestive of his tightness. He thought it would be unjust to give what little he had to help others who had more than he. So he held his stick back. The rich man just sat back and thought of the wealth he had in store and how to keep what he had earned from the lazy, lifeless poor. The rich man continued to sit back and think of the money he had and how he could save it from the lazy poor. He did not want to give anything to the undeserving poor. Thus he showed his greed and stinginess. The black man's face before revenge as the fire passed from his side. For all he saw in a stick of wood was a chance to spite the white. The black man's face showed how much revengeful he was. As the fire was dying, he thought he had the chance to hurt the white people by keeping a stick with them. He clearly suffered from the vice of spite. The last man of this forlorn group did not accept for gain, giving only to those who gave was how he played the game. The last man in the group lacked generosity. As no one else had given a stick, he would also keep a stick with him. In fact, he did nothing except forget. The logs held tight in death's still hands was proof of human sin. They did not die from the cold without, they died from the cold within. As the fire was gone, all the persons died. They died not because of the cold outside, but they died because of the cold within. They died because they were too selfish to help the others. Each of them had a still log in her or his hand, but they did not give to each of them. That's why they died. They died because of sin.